I'm going to give you 5 tips that are going to make this game super simple and make you play better. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I wanted to just run over 5 very simple tips that will allow you to get down the golf range and play the game of your dreams. Well, dreams might be stretching it a touch, but it's certainly going to make you play better. So the first one, you'll hear me, if you're new to this channel, you'll hear me in all of my videos reference the grip, and it's such an important one. This is a great little drill to get your left hand in the right spot. Hold the club out in front of you and point the club face to the sky. Then get your left hand and pop it on top and make it so that the top of the grip sits just in the base of your fingers. Then you're going to grip the golf club, and then what will end up happening is you'll have a little kink with this left wrist here. And your thumb will sit just on the underside of the club. Not down the middle of the club, just on the underside of the club. Your left hand is now in position, and you'll see a lovely kink in here. So club out in front, face up, hand on, into the fingers, thumb down the side, grip it, you'll have a kink. Let the right hand sit wherever it wants to, quite frankly. This will now make your grip, make the club face at the top be on the strong side of life. It will make the golf ball bend to the left. So when we have a grip like I've just demonstrated, we'll tend to see the ball bend away to the left. For a lot of golfers, they tend to want to put the thumb down the middle of the golf club. The left hand is then very weak. We see a straight line down through the left arm, and the left hand is a bit weak. What this promotes is shots that look more like this one here, a shot that bends out to the right. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, your golf ball position. If you're using a golf club that's got very little loft on, i.e. a 4-iron, a 5-iron, you want to make sure that that golf ball is forwards in your stance. And I'd go as far as to say, if you put the golf ball in line with your left heel, you're going to promote a better style of movement. When the ball is more forwards, we tend to see less move off of the golf ball. The golf ball being forwards helps you stay a little bit more centered in your backswing. And what this does, it also gives the club face time to square up. The more back in my stance the golf ball is towards my right foot, the more the club face will tend to come back in open and will pop the ball out to the right. You move the ball further forwards and you put it more in line with your left heel. Even with an iron shot, you'll tend to see the golf ball go more to the left. Now, whichever golfer you are that you battle with, those 2 first tips, the grip and the ball position, will start to change the way your ball shapes and directs itself in the sky. Tip number 3 is learning how to rotate. We want to learn how to rotate by using our feet appropriately. So what I want you to do is put the club across your shoulders, and then we're going to take this right foot when we make a backswing for a right-handed golfer. What I want you to do is I want you to rotate to the right, and as you do that, I want you to make your left foot light. So you're going to rotate to the right, make your left foot light, and what will happen is your right hip will start to rotate back on itself because you're pushing down to the left, so you can see I can lift my foot up off the floor as I push to the left. That means I'm creating force into the floor through my right foot, and I'm pushing to the left. And as I do that, I'm then going to rotate my chest to the right. So lift the foot, rotate the chest, and you end up with pressure onto your left foot. Rotate to the right, lift the foot up, then you'll start to rotate the right hip. If the left knee kicks in, if you start feeling like you're moving towards the target, film it, but you'll see something very different. Then when you come to hit a golf shot, then we're going to start to think about how the feet will start to interact immediately. So often, if you're new to the game or you play the game, the feet get switched off. So with the good grip and the good ball position, now as you start to swing the golf club back, as you start to move the club back, you're going to make the left foot light and then make a golf shot. So as you make back swings, the left foot goes light, you push off with your right foot, you swing the golf club back, you start to rotate. And those of you that know TrackMan numbers, I'm a little bit out of breath this morning, will know that those data points are pretty good. So that's tip number 3. So we've worked on holding it, the ball position, started to encourage your lower half to start to move. Now we need to start to encourage the structure of the arms. And what I want you to do to encourage the structure of the arms to move appropriately is grab the golf club, split your hands apart, put your left hand at the bottom of the grip and put your right hand at the top of the club head. And now put the club down underneath you. What I then want you to do is push both of your arms dead straight. And then we're going to encourage you to do that drill that we just talked about with the feet. So now we're going to keep both arms straight, and then we're going to start to push to the left. So we're going to keep both arms straight, and we're going to push to the left. By keeping both arms straight, it starts to encourage a good shoulder turn. We tend to see people break arms and push in. A lot of that comes down to not being able to use your lower half. So we're going to push the arms straight. And then we're going to do exactly the same the other side. We're then going to push both the arms straight on the other side. So lift the foot up, push. Now we're going to pull on the arms and swing through to the other side. And at this stage, I don't want that right foot to lift up. This is encouraging your arms, because they're so straight and you're moving the club around you, it starts to fire up your chest. Push off with your right foot, encourage the right hip turn. Now as you start to pull the club down, because the left foot's got some energy in it, you can push back and move around. Start to make the arms swing away. You could even do that with a golf swing. You could actually make the arms feel straight. Again, we're not worrying about anything else. We're just feeling both arms straight. And we start to see how the chest and the lower half starts to move. Again, I've not made anything in the way of the wrist set or anything like that. That's going to be the last tip. We've just made the lower half move, the upper half move around the golf ball with some arm structure. Now what we're going to get you to do is start to feel a little bit of speed with the club. So my advice to you, take yourself 3 golf clubs, grip it like a baseball bat, and start to feel some set and unset. So we see the set of the golf club and we see the unset of the golf club. Set of the golf club, unset of the golf club. Then we start to encourage a bit of lower half and upper half. All the time, I'm keeping my feet on the floor, but what you'll notice is when this club then starts to have a swinging influence down at the bottom, you won't help but allow your right foot to get pulled up into the finish. And so these heavy golf clubs now are creating a sensation that allows you to feel energy down at the bottom. If we had no set, we wouldn't see any speed of the club head. So we set the golf club away, we unset it and let it swing the other side. Now I've got some speed with the head. Look how slow my arms are moving. And look how quick the head is moving. Then I start to encourage my feet, which starts to encourage my chest. And now before you know it, you're starting to make a golf swing. Those 5 tips, we started off with the hold. We then moved on to the ball position. We then started to work on your feet to move your pelvis. Then we gave you a drill to move your chest. Then we moved on to the golf club itself to start to swing and influence. If you apply those 5 tips, I promise you, you will encourage some ingredients that you won't be doing to date. And hopefully, just hopefully, you'll play some better golf. Let's keep this game simple, folks, and let's use our knowledge and understanding of how to play better golf if you're a seasoned golfer. But I think even if you're a seasoned golfer, or a new golfer, there'll be something in there that'll flick your switch. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. As you'll agree, that's good coaching. I'll see you next time.